Picture this. You are taking your first steps into a convention wearing this brand new cosplay that you have spent months putting together. And you know that cosplay isn't all about attention or who's gonna like your costume, but you're still really excited to see how people perceive it and to make new friends from the fandom that you're cosplaying from. You're walking through the halls, catching up with old friends, and then it happens. Somebody spots you from across the hall, jumps up and down, pointing right at you, so excited to see your cosplay. And you, in return, are so excited to see somebody excited about your months and months of hard work. They come up to you, they stop you and ask you for a picture, and at the end, they mischaracter you. If you're a cosplayer and this has never happened to you, you are very lucky, but I'm sure many of you have had this happen to you in the past. And I myself have also had this happen a handful of times, and I thought it would be fun to share those stories with you. But before we get into it, hi, my name is Morgan. I make a variety of cosplay content, including these story times and other builds, as well as convention vlogs. If that is interesting to you, feel free to hop on that subscribe button. Okay, let's get into the first story. All right, so for this first story, we're taking it all the way back to 2018 at the San Francisco Anime Festival. This is about 2 years into when I first started cosplaying, and I had finished my Princess Kita armor build from Glitzy. I will put a picture right here. So the initial reason I drove out to San Francisco for this festival was to enter into the cosplay competition. It would have been my first time competing, but I actually missed it because of traffic. But I still wore my costume around for a bit. And then I ended up changing into a casual version of Kita so that I could walk around the mall and in the stores without being in bulky armor. If you know anything about the San Francisco Anime Festival, it is located in Japantown in San Francisco at the mall there. So there wasn't a lot of room or space for me to be walking around and wandering around in this giant armor with a giant staff and be able to shop comfortably. So I changed into a casual version. Now this casual version was nothing special. It literally was just a blue tank top and some jeans. And I had also decided to bring the book from the movie with me just to sell it more as Kita. I also had my necklace, of course, and the wig. But I wasn't expecting anyone to come up to me, recognize my character or anything. I just wanted to be comfortable. After I changed and made it back to the mall, it didn't take very long for a man to come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, I know you. You're Storm."
Bitch, what?
I guess brown girl and white hair automatically equals Storm. I gently told him, "No, I'm not." And he just says, "Oh, well, that's lame." And then he walked away. It was a really odd encounter, and it was the very first time that I had ever been mischaractered. So I didn't really know what to do. So I just kind of stood there awkwardly as he scrunched his face at me and gave me a disgusted look and then walked away. This next story is a year later in 2019 at SAC Anime Summer. I was cosplaying as Toga from My Hero Academia, and I had just finished going to the My Hero meetup. If you guys know anything about Sacramento summers, it's really hot, and SAC Anime is towards the end, but still at the peak of the heat for the summertime in the California, Central California area. So it was well over 100 degrees. I was hot, I was tired. The meetup was really, really overstimulating for me. And so I was not in a good mood. I just wanted to go and relax and not deal with people. So the meetup had ended, and afterwards, me and my friend decided to walk back to the hotel to relax. And on the way there, we were passing a bar that's downtown in Sacramento. And this dude ran out from the bar, drunkenly ran out from the bar and started screaming at me and "Sailor Moon, Sailor Moon." And I was just like, no, I'm not Sailor Moon. He goes, "Yes, you are." And I was like, no, dude, I'm not. And I like I snapped at this guy. If I hadn't have been in a bad mood, I probably would have ignored it. But because I was already in such a terrible mood and hot and hungry and tired, I was not dealing with it. And honestly, drunk people really piss me off. So yeah, I snapped at this guy and I was like, clearly I'm not. Like, do you not know what Sailor Moon looks like? I shouldn't have even said anything, but I did. And there's another instance of people who are not in the convention trying to characterize you or call out your character and not knowing who you are. And at another level, he was super drunk in the middle of the daytime, by the way. It was like 3 p.m. So kind of crazy. I should also point out here that I was not just wearing the uniform because I could understand getting them mixed up because they're both blonde hair and uniforms. No, I was wearing Toga's full blood gear. So I don't know how he put 2 and 2 together, but that's his prerogative, I guess. All right, so we are moving on down the timeline to 2022. This story happens at Fanime, which is located in San Jose, California, and I was cosplaying as Mystique. I had just finished Mystique for WonderCon that same year, and I really wanted to wear her again, so I decided to bring it to Fanime. Even though Fanime is more of a anime central convention, I still really wanted to wear it, so that's what I did. The way Fanime is set up is right outside the entrance to like the left-hand side of the main doors is a little alleyway that has some stairs and some trees and these big blank gray walls. And that has been designated as the Photog Alley. And I have a lot of photographer friends and I like to get pictures taken. So me and my friends were there hanging out, chatting, rotating for photos, just doing the regular con thing. And as we were doing that, I kept seeing this lady in the corner of my eye, like hovering and like eyeing me. And I was like, okay, like I kind of get it. I'm blue. It's a little shocking. She didn't really seem like she was a con goer, and the way that Fanime works is the whole front area of Fanime in front of the convention center is open to anybody. So people walking along the street can come and look at people and cosplay and take pictures of people and cosplay right in the front of the convention center. And that just so happens to be where Photog Alley is and where the cosplay meetups are. So there is a lot of cosplay activity out in the front of the convention center. But I saw this lady and she was like hovering and kind of like doing one of these like, you know, those weird side eye things. And I was like, okay, I don't know if she's like trying to initiate contact, if she wants to get a picture. And at this point I'm used to people hovering and like trying to figure out if they're wanting to take a picture or not. So I kind of like made eye contact with her and she came over. And she goes, I kept looking at you and you look really good. I just was kind of like not sure if I should come up and take a picture. And I was like, oh, no worries, it's totally fine. And she was like, but I love the Avatar movies. Huh? I have gotten that joke before. I have been called an avatar. I've been called a Smurf. Never ever in person though. And she was so genuinely excited and she genuinely thought that I was an avatar. And so I just went with it. And I was like, oh yeah, me too. I do really like those movies. To be fair, I do really like Avatar. But I was not an avatar. Very, very different from an avatar. But I get it, blue and blue. So she got her picture, she was really excited and she's like, I can't wait to show my family. It's gonna be so cool. And I was like, yeah, thanks so much. And I just went on my merry way and she went on hers. And it was a good giggle between my group of friends. I have a feeling that somebody she showed this picture to corrected her, and it kind of makes me feel bad thinking about it because I could have corrected her, but I didn't want to crush her joy. So I just let her have it. Okay, coming into the very last story, and this happened in 2023. So last year, last summer at SAC Summer, I was wearing my Dark Illusion Apprentice from Yu-Gi-Oh! She is a very obscure character. If you only know, like, if you know Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime, you wouldn't know who this character is. She is only a card. She has one card, one art design, but I really wanted to do her because I love all the magician girls, and she's brown, so... I knew going into it that I was going to be mischaractered as Dark Magician Girl because they're so similar in designs. Their colors are just slightly different. So I was mentally prepared for that. And I got mischaractered as Dark Magician Girl so many times. And I was just taking it in stride. I was like, if you know that I'm from Yu-Gi-Oh, that's kind of all I really care about at this point. And the real ones who knew who I was, that was like really exciting for me. But the moment came when I was walking through the convention hall, looking at stuff with my friends. We were all just, you know, wandering, doing shopping, doing the convention things. And this booth with a bunch of figures was coming up in front of me. And one of the guys from the booth walks up and goes, you, we have a figure of you. And I got really excited because this character doesn't really exist outside of the card game. So I was like, wow, somebody made a figure of a character that's so obscure, or of a card that's so obscure. I have to see it. So I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm like hurrying up to go to their booth to check it out. And he brings me around the corner, or like to the side of the booth, and it's Dark Magician Girl. And I was like, oh, haha, yeah, that's actually a different character, but I understand the similarity, you know, just laughing it off like I have been the whole day. And he goes, oh, okay, then I think the other one might be you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I walk around to the other side of the booth, and it's Dark Magician Girl, but a different color variant. I think it was like Christmas colors, if I remember correctly. So she was in like a red and green outfit. And I was like, yeah, that's totally it. Oh my God, so exciting. I just didn't want to say it anymore. I had been telling people like, actually, no. I had been there like, actually, the whole day, and I just did not have it in me to do it anymore. So I just went with it. I was like, oh yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, looks so good. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna catch up with my friends. Thanks. And I hopped on out of there. I just like, I think this one was the one that kind of hit me a little bit in the soul, because I was so excited when he said, we have a figure of you. I should have known. But alas, I was bamboozled. All right, guys, so that has been all of the stories of every time I have been mischaractered in cosplay since I started cosplaying. I'm kind of surprised I remembered all of these, but I thought it would be a fun idea, so I jot them all down to share them with you. If you guys made it this far, let me know down below a time that you have been mischaractered in cosplay. I would really love to hear you guys' stories. I like these kind of silly, goofy stories like that, so please share them down below if you have any. If you like this video and want to see even more cosplay related content from me, feel free to like this video and hop on that subscribe button. It is really appreciated, and it is absolutely free. I would love it if you came and joined my little tiny corner of the internet. If you want even more exclusive content, feel free to check out my Patreon, or you can check out my other social medias. I will have those linked down below. But yeah, that is gonna be all for this video. It's a little bit different. This is my first time ever doing a story time, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that, I'm gonna get going. It's cold, so I'm gonna make myself some soup. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.